I think there's very broad agreement about the challenge that public sector leaders face, given the financial issues. I think what's interesting is that we're still at the stage of people in leadership positions working out what it is they're actually going to do about it.
Well, I think the meeting's been extremely useful, and the CBI report is an excellent contribution to the debate on raising public sector productivity. At CIPD, we very much focus on the people management dimensions, creating efficiencies and public sector downsizing whilst keeping employees on side and engaged is going to be crucial. And one way of supporting that would be to make sure that frontline managers are as skilled and capable as possible of dealing with people management issues.
Very encouraged. I think everybody's taking a pragmatic approach to it. I think we say for change you need an imperative. I think we all recognise the burning platform. Something needs to be done. The fiscal deficit has to be approached, attacked. So I thought it was a very encouraging approach. We had a good representation in the room from public sector, private sector, and the voluntary sector, and I thought there was pretty much a very strong consensus about what was required.
Well, we've had broad-ranging issues, but some of them are clearly key for the future, like the strength of leadership in public sector organisations that are having to face significant financial reductions over the next few years, and trying to come up with innovative ways of delivering services within reduced budgets.
Well, it's a very timely debate, and certainly the feedback from our members who are recruitment agencies supplying into the public sector, many of them, it's a crucial time to inform the debate, to make sure that any decisions taken on expenditure cuts are done with a view on the mid-term and the long term, and that we protect frontline delivery of services as well as making the necessary cuts.
I think that many public sector leaders are seriously struggling, feeling very isolated in their roles, and they actually need to reach out to colleagues in the front line and grab the best ideas from around the place. And I think the CBI report is great because it's got many examples of that.
I think the biggest challenge that the government's going to face is bringing about what will be substantial cuts in the public sector, whilst also keeping the public sector workforce on board. We need that in order to boost long-term productivity. And if there's a conflict between the workforce and what the government wants to achieve, we're not going to see that.
Very easy question, difficult to answer it, and it sounds like a glib answer, but I think the word I would use would be clarity. What is it that needs to be done? Having the burning platform was one thing, but having a clear view about what we're trying to do, and clarity at all levels, the vision, the strategy, the plan, the metrics, and getting everybody aligned behind it. So providing clarity, I think, is going to be vitally important.
Probably tackling the culture of we've always done it this way, or we can't deliver services without more staffing if they're going to be delivered in new and different ways, when in reality there are opportunities to transform the way in which public services are delivered and hopefully result in better services with fewer resources.
Well, the biggest challenge is going to be to drive a fairly deep-rooted reform agenda within the public sector, and that will have many implications, in particular on the people side. We think there will be a need to look at how services are delivered. We think there will be a need for more flexibility of staff rather than less, and we also think there will be a need for bringing in the kind of managers and leaders who can drive that kind of transformation.